The story of my secret crush on Tyler being known by the whole school. My sketchbook was hung in the lost and found area, and every page was a drawing of him. Hearing that his family situation was difficult, I went with the flow, added him on WeChat, and invited him to be a figure drawing model. Approved immediately. It wasn't until the next day that I realized my sketchbook was missing. By the time I found out, the post on the school forum had already reached 1,000 comments. Half were guessing who the owner of the notebook was, and the other half were discussing Tyler's face. The original poster uploaded a photo of the first page, screaming like a chicken. The law school heartthrob is indeed the school-wide heartthrob. This beauty is top tier. The young man on the paper had neat black hair, smooth facial contours, a high nose bridge, and a small tear mole at the corner of his eye, looking both clean and sexy. Even though it was just a sketch, it couldn't hide his breathtaking beauty. Beneath it were countless comments following one another. TSK, the owner of this notebook, must absolutely adore Tyler. I covered my face in despair, my fingertips burning hot. That's right, I like Tyler. During freshman military training, I was struck by love at first sight with him. We are in the same year, but different colleges. He studies law and I study fine arts. On the very first day of school, Tyler used that face to instantly become the school's heartthrob, causing quite a stir. As for me, I just secretly crushed on him for a whole year. However, I never expected that before I could even confess, the fact that I secretly loved him would be known by the whole school. I put on a hat and a mask, intending to quietly go claim the sketchbook, but when I found out the notebook had been taken by someone else, my mind went blank. Who did you say took it?
Tyler, of course.
The boy on duty glanced at me, smiling with hidden meaning.
Since yesterday, no less than 10 people have come to falsely claim it, so we decided to hand it over to Tyler.
A question mark slowly appeared above my head. On what basis was he allowed to take it?
Obviously, because it's full of drawings of him.
The boy replied righteously. I also, right, there is no name in it. Thinking it over, Tyler really did have the most convincing reason. But he left his WeChat, saying if the owner of the notebook comes to claim it, they should contact him directly. I stared at that WeChat number, wanting to cry, but no tears came out. The entire university has countless girls wanting to add that WeChat, but who dares? Others wouldn't dare lie to him, and I simply wanted to die a social death with dignity. After a while of agonizing thought, I finally came up with a way: invite him to be a figure drawing model for me. Rumor has it that Tyler's family situation isn't well off, and he often works part-time when he's free. I had met him a few times at the coffee shop outside the school. The tall and thin young man, just standing there, looked like a living signboard. Even though I don't really like coffee, I kept wandering over there. Later, I'll find an opportunity to secretly steal the sketchbook back. Yep, let's decide on that. No sooner thought than done. I held my breath and sent him a friend request on WeChat. Thinking of the countless, comments floating on the school forum, I suppressed my racing heart, deciding to strike first to gain the upper hand, and specially added a note: absolutely cannot let Tyler know that notebook is mine. New, Tin Nan hello, may I ask if you are interested in working part-time as a figure drawing model? Just a second later, Tyler accepted the friend request. Is this the power of capitalism? I looked at the hello sent from the other side, suddenly feeling dizzy for a moment. But Tyler's next sentence brought me back to reality. Tin Nan fine arts student? The two words fine arts are now truly a forbidden zone for me. Thinking of a whole notebook filled with sketches of Tyler, I really didn't dare imagine what he thinks of so-called fine arts right now. So embarrassing. Although Tyler and I haven't interacted much, we've coincidentally met countless times. His back during military training, his side profile in the lecture hall, his black hair falling down as he bowed to serve coffee. That notebook was filled with him. If only I knew about it, it would be a romantic secret crush diary of a young girl. But unfortunately, now that the whole school knows, it has become a pillar of shame in my life. Does he ever think there's some pervert secretly stalking him? Boo-hoo. New, Tin Nan hello Tyler, I am Tracy. Recently, I urgently need a figure drawing model. I wonder if you're interested. Perhaps because the pay I offered was quite generous, Tyler agreed very decisively. We agreed to meet at 3 p.m. at the art studio to discuss the details. New, ban then Tracy, are you about to go on a date with Tyler? My roommate and good sister, Hannah, immediately jumped up from the bed, her face beaming. What nonsense are you saying? This is a serious and proper transaction. Besides, I have a more important mission this time. I have to find a way to get the sketchbook back. Hannah gave a mysterious, I understand, smile. New, ban then right. Thinking about two people being together for several hours, rounding up, isn't that a date? For the nth time, I doubted how Hannah managed to get into University A. But it's true that this is my first official contact with Tyler. I changed clothes 3 times, gathered all my courage practicing the lines I would say when meeting him many times before daring to step out of the room. When I arrived, Tyler was already sitting in the art studio. Him sitting there was a living painting. My heart beat wildly again. He suddenly turned his head to look at me and stood up.
Tracy?
I walked over, a polite yet courteous smile on my face. But in the next second, that smile stiffened immediately.
You didn't bring a backpack?
The young man was tall and thin, with a stunningly handsome appearance. But I looked closely several times. Indeed, he didn't bring anything. Tyler raised his eyebrows slightly.
Does a figure drawing model need to bring anything?
You make a very good point. I forced a smile. No, it's just that I happened to see someone drawing a portrait of you once, so I was quite curious. That thing, you know, studying fine arts, it's called an occupational disease. Damn, why did I forget to remind him to bring the sketchbook? How am I supposed to get it back now? Tyler raised an eyebrow and nodded in sympathy. I gritted my teeth and set up the easel. Looks like today is a wash. Just as I was thinking that, the clear and cool voice of the young man suddenly rang out.
Do I need to take it off?
My gaze stopped on the young man's long white fingers placed on the second button of his white shirt. My mind suddenly went blank. The room was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Tyler asked again.
Take it off?
The boy I secretly love is right in front of me. Who can withstand this? I struggled to look away, pretending to adjust the paintbrush. Well, that, temporarily no need. Tyler, you're fine just like this. I spoke from the heart. Him sitting this close to me already makes me nervous enough to faint. If he takes it off, I can't guarantee the school hospital won't have another case of arrhythmia today. Tyler, on the other hand, nodded very calmly.
Okay.
I have to admit Tyler really has professional quality, even thinking of this. On the contrary, I was the one panicked and flustered. I picked up the brush, taking a deep breath. Then I'll start. I must show him my professionalism. 10 minutes later, I began to regret it. Tyler sat right in front of me. The afternoon sunlight filtered through the window, tracing a pale gold outline on his delicate and smooth face. But his eyes, when glancing over, were cold and distant, both ambiguous and abstinent, extremely mesmerizing. Why is the early autumn weather still so hot? I took advantage of when he wasn't paying attention to secretly fan myself with my hand a few times. Never has an afternoon been so arduous, but finally, it was time to end. I breathed a sigh of relief. Done. Tyler, let's stop here for today. As I spoke, I thought of how to bring up reminding him to bring the notebook next time. Suddenly, a cup of milk tea appeared in front of my eyes. I froze, looked up, and saw Tyler standing beside me, unbeknownst to me. The milk tea had ice and was cold. My hand took it, my heart racing. Did he specially order this?
You seem to be afraid of the heat.
Great, my heart isn't beating anymore, I want to die. Tyler's gaze stopped on my easel, suddenly falling silent. I glanced at the painting I deliberately drew terribly, finally finding an excuse. Actually, my skill level isn't high, so I invited you to help, wanting to strive to improve. If you don't mind, could you bring that sketchbook next time for me to reference? Just to learn a bit. Yes, that's exactly it. Meeting my expectant gaze, Tyler finally nodded slightly.
Tracy, you really are willing to learn.
I pretended not to hear the hidden meaning inside, my face looking grateful. Then thank you so much. I thought everything would progress smoothly. Who expected the sky to suddenly pour rain? Tyler and I were both stuck in the art studio. By the time the rain stopped, the sky was completely dark. Standing on the steps, watching the streetlights reflecting sparklingly on the water, Tyler tilted his head.
Let me walk you back?
Initially, I planned to refuse, but recently the area near the school has been under construction, so it really isn't safe at night. Then thank you. I tried to make myself look calm, cool, as if nothing had happened. Never have I found the road back to the dorm so long. Walking beside each other, I was even worried he would hear my heart beating. But when we stood downstairs at the dorm, I suddenly felt time had passed too quickly. I thanked him again, intending to take the chance to remind him not to forget the sketchbook next time. That? New, Quan Lykytuc student there, don't stand chatting with your boyfriend anymore. The forecast says it's about to rain again, go inside quickly. The dorm manager lady poked her head out and called loudly. I turned to stone on the spot. Normally, with so many sweet couples downstairs, she says nothing. I say one sentence and she delivers a fatal blow. I stammered an explanation. Ma'am, he's not. Tyler suddenly laughed. I froze. The words I intended to say next choked in my throat. He said,
Tracy, what are you feeling guilty about?
Who is feeling guilty? I'm absolutely not guilty at all. I put down the easel, my voice resentful. The evidence that I secretly like him is displayed right in front of my eyes. I am fair and square. Hannah gave a thumbs up. New, ban then, so let me help you call God Tyler now and tell him to return the notebook immediately, okay? I spoke solemnly. Comrade Hannah, doing that is too hasty. We must let nature take its course. Afterwards, I even made a progress report. See, victory is almost within reach. Hannah looked at me speechless. New, ban then you haven't seen that notebook even once up to now, so when exactly will you get it back? I am a very optimistic person. Anyway, Tyler agreed to bring the notebook next time. Won't it be easy to get it back then? But life is not like a dream. Finally waiting until the second meeting, I specially dragged Hannah along so she could coordinate to find a chance to ambush and snatch the notebook back. Who expected we would run right into Tyler's classmate coming to borrow notes? So, I could only watch helplessly as the notebook was taken out. That classmate accidentally flipped through it a bit and saw the last page. Nom, ban hoc ha Tyler, isn't this the secret crush notebook? The sentence wasn't even finished when Tyler took the notebook back. But the friend was clearly very interested. Nom, ban hoc no way, no one has come to claim it yet. Just now I saw there seemed to be the letter T on it. He suddenly looked at me, his eyes thoughtful. Nom, ban hoc hey, if I remember correctly, your name is Tracy? My heart skipped a beat. Tracy. T, the only letter I left in the notebook. Tyler also suddenly looked towards me. Luckily, Hannah saved my life in time. She spoke loudly. Nom, ban then letter T? Doesn't Tyler's name also start with that letter? Tracy Tyler. The first letter in my name and his are the same. That's why I wrote that T back then. I didn't expect to almost be exposed because of it. Liam realized, so that's it. He nudged Tyler with his elbow. Nom, ban hoc bro, I told you. Surely someone likes you so they.
Liam, if you don't need to take notes anymore, you can give it back to me.
Tyler interrupted indifferently. Liam immediately changed his tone. Nom, ban hoc oh, I need it, bro. If I don't want to fail this semester, I have to rely on you. After that commotion, Hannah and I's plan was considered up in smoke. Before leaving, she looked at me with sympathetic eyes. Perhaps seeing I was too pitiful, she decided to launch a support move. New, ban then come to think of it, Tyler, the first letter of your name and Tracy's are really the same. It's truly fate. Honestly, I have never regretted bringing this girl along as much as right now. The whole art studio was filled with an indescribably awkward atmosphere. After a few attempts to secretly hide the notebook failed, I had to proactively find a topic. Tyler, you seem to care a lot about this notebook? Tyler was quite straightforward.
It belongs to someone else after all. It's better to return it to her personally.
As he spoke, his gaze fell on me again.
I heard Tracy has quite a wide network in the art department. I wonder if you can help me find the owner of this notebook?
The furthest distance in the world is the notebook being right next to me, yet I still have to help find its owner. I forced a smile, trying to look calm. No problem. To show sincerity, I even posted a story. The photo was the last page of the notebook with handwriting I was so familiar with I could draw it with my eyes closed. The letter T in black marker, urgent search. Hannah looked at it and bowed in respect. New, ban then Tracy, the queen of the barbecue stall, who can drink a whole crate of beer without getting drunk, actually has times when she's this cowardly? What else can I do? All courage becomes meaningless when facing the person you like. Hannah gave a highly constructive piece of advice. New, ban then anyway, he is currently your drawing model. If you can't get his heart, getting his body is fine too. I didn't expect to actually be tempted for that exact 1 second. But in the end, I firmly refused. He works hard part-time. How can I harbor those kinds of thoughts? Tyler seemed to really need money. With me, a small employer, he cooperated extremely dedicatedly with every request I made, never was late, and worked professionally. Sometimes when I accidentally looked up and met his eyes, I even felt like he had been silently watching me for a long time. His eyes were quite deep, slightly long and narrow, with pitch-black pupils. His eyelashes weren't long but very thick, always exuding an indescribable sincerity when looking straight. How could I withstand that? The feelings I had deep in my heart just kept expanding rapidly. I was always afraid that one day I wouldn't be able to control it anymore and let it burst out. Should I just abandon that notebook? I rested my head on the table, covering my face in despair. Since it's all drawings of him anyway, just leave it to him. If this continues, I really can't take it anymore. New, ban then, are you serious? Hannah held up her phone. New, ban then, rumors about him modeling for you have spread. Now there's a bunch of people lining up to invite him. I came first, no one better try to snatch him. But that was just my one-sided will. There were simply too many people who liked Tyler. The school forum was boiling like a hot pan, countless people eager to act. And indeed, some people acted very fast. Seeing Vanessa blocking the art studio door, my head started to ache. Speaking of which, the relationship between her and me is quite subtle. Upon admission, I was first in the major, she was second. Although we didn't interact much, we were often compared by others. Even Vanessa always openly and secretly wanted to compete with me. More importantly, she also liked Tyler. New, Vong Tin New, hello Tyler, I am Vanessa. Vanessa was heavily made up, her voice gentle, the corners of her mouth curved just right. New, Vong Tin New, I wonder if I could invite you to be a model? Such a beauty, speaking so gently and softly, surely anyone would find it hard to refuse. I stole a glance at Tyler, only to see him expressionless, pointing his hand towards me.
Sorry, I'm already hers.
Even knowing he didn't mean anything special, my face still blushed a little. At the same time, I clearly saw the smile on Vanessa's face freeze in an instant. She tried to smile and spoke up. New, Vong Tin New, I can pay a higher price. Tyler didn't say anything, but I clearly felt the temperature around him drop a few degrees. His voice was colder than usual, and his brows showed a bit of impatience. Vanessa seemed to sense the atmosphere was off too. The smile on her lips almost couldn't be maintained. Then Tyler lazily opened his mouth.
Do I look very free?
Just 5 short words directly shattered Vanessa's last line of defense. Her face changed color, and she turned and ran away. I sat back in my seat in the art studio, my mind still not catching up.
What are you thinking about?
Tyler's voice pulled me back to reality. I subconsciously looked up at him, hesitated for a moment, and then asked. That, just now with Vanessa?
We're not friends or close. I don't know why she came either.
After hearing him speak, I realized he seemed to be explaining. I hurriedly waved my hand. No, I don't mean to blame you. After all, if someone offers a higher price, you have the right to choose, Tyler.
Tracy.
Tyler interrupted me.
I thought what I just said was clear enough.
I froze. But why? Why not accept when there are opportunities to make more money? Tyler stared intently at me for a while, then suddenly looked away as if looking at the scenery outside the window. A moment later, he said softly.
You are not like them. This drawing session, not only did you not improve, but you regressed terribly. It's really unwatchable.
When Tyler walked over to look, I rarely felt ashamed, burying my head low. That drawing is really hard, huh? Heaven knows that for the past few hours, my mind was full of his sentence, "You are not like them. How could I have the mood to draw?" Tyler seemed to chuckle softly.
Exactly. Looks like this part-time job of mine can't end yet.
He stood very close, his voice light as the wind brushing past my ear. I tried to stay calm, saying goodbye to him. Only when I turned the corner into a hidden spot did I dare to reach out and rub my tingling ear. Didn't that sentence mean Tyler also likes me a little bit? "New, ban then do you even need to doubt this?" Hannah stomped her foot in anger. "New, ban then it's come to this point. Why don't you just go ask him directly? Doesn't seem very appropriate." I politely declined, and after a while of hesitation, I finally came up with a compromised solution. "How about I invite him out for a meal to conveniently test the waters? With alcohol, I'll be braver. If the result isn't as desired, I'll pretend to be drunk and act like nothing happened." This time it was Hannah's turn to hesitate. "New, ban then with your alcohol tolerance. Pretending to be drunk is a bit hard. Who are you looking down on?" I chose a suitable time to proactively ask Tyler out for dinner. The location chosen was the barbecue stall outside the school gate. Initially, Hannah thought this wasn't very appropriate since it was the first time Tyler and I ate alone, but I felt a familiar place would help me perform better, so Hannah nodded in agreement. The owner grinned as soon as he saw me, just like usual. I immediately refused. No, I'm with a friend this time. See what he likes to eat." "Are you kidding? Let Tyler see the owner bring a whole crate of beer to the table?" Tyler ordered a few dishes and handed the menu to me. I added a few symbolic dishes and kept my image by ordering only 2 cans of beer.
Girls shouldn't drink when going out.
Tyler said. I smiled ingratiatingly. "It's fine, aren't you here?" Tyler paused slightly, then also laughed, raising an eyebrow.
You trust me that much?
"Of course, you're Tyler, after all." He opened the bottle cap with one hand and handed it to me. I ate a few bites before taking a sip of beer, drinking while thinking about how to ask subtly while maintaining a natural drunk appearance. "Tyler, actually I've had something to ask you for a long time. Nuoi la handsome ad we chat?" A stylishly dressed girl walked over smiling brightly. "TSK, this face of Tyler's really attracts bees and butterflies everywhere." Tyler calmly refused.
Sorry.
The girl seemed to only notice me then, glanced me over, and then leaned towards Tyler again. Nuoi la got a girlfriend yet?" Tyler slightly lifted his eyelids, his deep black eyes looking straight at me.
Not yet, still pursuing.
My heart suddenly skipped a beat. The beer can in my hand almost fell. The girl pouted, unwilling to give up. Nuoi la, so it's not official yet, then adding WeChat is fine." Behind her, 3 guys wearing shiny gold chains also approached, their tone aggressive. "Nam, Kondu, my little sister wanting to add WeChat is giving you face, don't be ungrateful." Tyler's face immediately turned cold. But the 3 guys didn't stop, turning to me. One guy even whistled. "Nam, Kondu, gotta admit this girl is really pretty, nice body, especially these legs." Tyler threw a punch straight to the face. I screamed in panic. "Tyler!" The brawl ended faster than I thought. Although Tyler looked thin, his strikes were decisive. Fighting 3 against 1, he didn't flinch. Half an hour later, I bought medicine from the pharmacy and pulled him to a deserted flower bed to treat his wounds. Under the yellow streetlight, the scratch on his face looked even clearer. I said nothing, feeling both guilty and heartbroken. Tyler was the one to speak first, his tone gentle.
Just a small wound. Those 3 got it much worse.
I took a cotton swab to apply antiseptic, bowing my head. He cooperated by lowering his. The safety distance was broken. I could even see his eyelashes clearly. I could hear the chilly autumn breeze passing by, but it was nothing compared to his warm breath occupying all my senses. I was dazed for a while before realizing I had been staring at him intently without blinking. I tried to suppress my chaotic heartbeat, whispering, "Done." Tyler responded softly through his nose, but didn't pull back at all. This posture looked like we were about to kiss, just a little closer. His lips really looked very suitable for kissing. I felt like I was floating in the clouds, quietly asking a small question. Tyler.
Are you drunk?
He paused for a moment, then asked back.
What do you think?
He hadn't even touched that beer can. I held my breath, lifting my head to look straight into his eyes. Then, woof. An enthusiastic Samoyed suddenly dashed towards us. Oh my God, who knew I was deathly afraid of dogs? After the Samoyed's owner hurriedly apologized and dragged the dog away, Tyler finally opened his mouth, his voice helpless mixed with amusement.
All right, it's gone.
I poked my head out to take a look, confirming that ball of white fur had really gone far, finally breathing a sigh of relief. But then I discovered something even more fatal. I was hiding behind Tyler's back, my hands tightly hugging his slim, firm waist. Hugging. I could clearly feel the firm, warm abs under that thin shirt. Tyler slightly tilted his head and whispered.
Really? I'm not lying to you.
I know, but the problem right now isn't that dog, it's that I. As if electrocuted, I hurriedly let go and retreated 3 steps. Sorry. Tyler turned around. Under the streetlight, his shirt still clearly showed the wrinkles left by my tight grip. I felt even more guilty, timidly reaching out intending to help him smooth it out, but was caught by the wrist by him. He raised an eyebrow looking at me, while I wanted to cry but had no tears. I really didn't have any intentions towards your body, I was just. Tyler. Now in this situation, pretending to be drunk was too late. I decided to blurt out recklessly. I saw your muscle lines are really beautiful. How about next time you just take it off? No, I didn't mean that. To strip or not to strip, that is a question. Confessing or molesting, maybe I don't even know which is worse. Tyler suddenly laughed. I looked at him blankly. He tapped his finger lightly on my forehead, his deep voice carrying laughter as if swept away by the autumn wind.
Tracy, why are you so cowardly?
That night was probably the moment I was closest to him. Yet heaven really had no eyes letting me waste such a good opportunity. In that atmosphere, it seemed there was only a paper-thin layer between me and him, just a gentle lift and we could touch. Yet once I retreated, I cowardly shrank back, truly losing both the bait and the fish. I held my head lamenting. The sketchbook wasn't retrieved, feelings couldn't be probed, and on top of that, I lost all face in front of Tyler. I really didn't have the face to see him anymore. So for the next 2 weeks, I continuously found every excuse to cancel the drawing schedule with him. Tyler didn't ask much. Whatever I said, he nodded in agreement. I should have felt relieved, but seeing the OK line in the chat box, I felt a strange emptiness. That's not right. He is nothing to me. What right do I have to occupy him? But liking someone isn't something that can be controlled. Longing spread endlessly like creeping vines. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore, dragging Hannah and some friends to go sketch outdoors, hoping to forget a bit. Unexpectedly, when the group went into a coffee shop upon returning, we bumped right into Tyler. The young man was tall and thin, with a cool, abstinent aura. Just as our eyes met for a second, I hurriedly lowered my head to avoid him. The fact that Tyler was modeling for me had now spread outside. Hannah signaled continuously with her eyes as soon as she saw him. I was ashamed enough to want to burrow into the ground. Today was supposed to be a studio schedule. I lied to him that I had to go to a seminar to cancel. Who expected to be caught red-handed, and I was even carrying an easel on my back. Truly dead with no burial place. Not until he brought the menu over did I dare to look at him once. The group chatted noisily ordering. Hannah pulled my hand lightly. New band then Tracy, what are you drinking? Before I could open my mouth, the familiar voice rang out.
Still orange juice?
I nodded in panic, completely failing to notice anything unusual in that sentence. Hannah leaned in close and whispered. New band then Tracy, God, Tyler even knows you like drinking orange juice? No, I never told him. Hannah also found it strange. New band then what does that sentence mean? I want to know too. When Tyler brought the coffee out, I stole a few glances at him, feeling like we hadn't met in a long time. Why is he even more handsome today? A friend who didn't know the relationship between Tyler and me has been sensitive lately, thought we were close, and joked. Nom, Banhawk, hey Tracy, how come Tyler only remembers you drink orange juice while we have to order ourselves? You must be treating this meal. My face turned bright red. Stop talking, I'll treat, okay? But before I could speak up, Tyler spoke first.
It's my treat.
The whole group fell silent simultaneously for 3 seconds, then burst into loud laughter. I immediately stood up and pulled him aside, whispering anxiously. Tyler, what are you doing?
What's wrong?
Tyler leaned his elbow on the table. I pursed my lips, intending to speak tactfully. You work part-time here so hard. Why spend the money? Nom, Nanveen, brother Tyler, the new batch of coffee has arrived. Take a look. An employee walked over, saw the two of us standing together, immediately shut up, turned around, and retreated. I held him back. Wait, what does that mean?
Part-time job come store manager. Indeed a bit hard.
Tyler nodded. This single sentence had too much information. I looked at him in astonishment. So this is his shop? Who on earth told me his family background was poor? Then why did you still agree to model for me? A guess flashed through my mind. My heart beat wildly. But the rest of the question was stuck in my throat. Tyler stared intently at me as if smiling.
Tracy, do you really not know?
The answer seemed to appear clearly before my eyes. I only needed to reach out to touch it. But right at that moment, life is always full of surprises. The glass door was pushed open, and a familiar laugh rang out. I reflexively turned my head and saw Vanessa leading some friends in. She also saw me and Tyler standing next to me. The smile on her face disappeared at a speed visible to the naked eye. New, Vong Tin New Order. I have to say Vanessa's mental fortitude is really strong. In just a few seconds, she readjusted her state. The employee who left just now also quickly returned. Nam, Nanveen, what would you like to have? New, Vong Tin New, I see that guy over there seems free. Let him serve. Vanessa raised her chin. The employee and I were both silent. So many people to choose from, yet she targeted the boss. Tyler spoke calmly.
Sorry, I'm not free.
Being rejected, Vanessa looked a bit stiff. She glanced at me one more time, then suddenly smiled. New, Vong Tin knew what's the matter. Busy listening to a confession? My eyebrow twitched. Intuition signaled something bad. But before I could stop it, Vanessa pointed at me, laughing meaningfully. New, Vong Tin knew Tyler. Perhaps you still don't know that the sketchbook full of drawings of you hanging in the lost and found area is actually hers? I had imagined 10,000 possibilities of how Tyler would find out about that, only excluding this situation. New, Vong Tin knew the last page of that book has the letter T. I've seen it several times. It is hers. Tracy, secretly drawing him is one thing, but you also invited him to be a figure drawing model. What are you planning? Vanessa shrugged. The whole coffee shop was silent as a grave. I didn't have time to argue with Vanessa. Only one sentence rang in my head. Tyler knows. What will he think of me? Will he? I clenched my fingers, trying to think of how to explain to Tyler, when suddenly I heard a soft chuckle. Tyler tilted his head to look at me, every word ringing out clearly.
Tracy, didn't you tell them I am pursuing you?
In the end, Vanessa didn't order anything, and perhaps would never come back. I hugged the cold glass of orange juice in my hand for a long time, yet my face was still burning hot. It was clearly autumn. The afternoon wind was chilly, but my whole body was uncomfortably hot.
Heading back?
Tyler walked over and asked. I looked up, my eyes meeting his gaze. My heart trembled slightly, and I immediately dodged hastily. Then I realized. Where is Hannah?
She left. While you were zoning out.
This good sister is truly reliable. Tyler picked up his jacket.
It's late. I'll walk you back.
This time it wasn't a question, but a statement. Just like that, we walked silently beside each other. I could still smell the faint scent of coffee from him. Everything was vague like a dream. Actually, I had a lot of things to ask, but at this point, I didn't know where to start. Something seemed to have shown signs long ago.
Tracy.
Tyler stopped, handing me something.
Sketchbook still need it?
The moment he actually asked that, my legs almost turned to jelly. All secret thoughts were now exposed without a remnant. I took it with trembling hands. Need.
You draw beautifully. I only dared to hold the edge of the notebook lightly. Neither taking it nor not taking it worked.
He looked at it. He definitely looked at it all. The fact that I deliberately drew badly, pretending to be clumsy, thinking back now makes me ashamed enough to bury myself on the spot. How on earth did he endure not revealing it all this time? It's just okay. I just wanted to quickly end this topic, but Tyler wouldn't let me escape. For the first time, I discovered he is someone who likes to get to the bottom of things like this.
Which one do you think is the best?
What? I spaced out. Tyler lowered his head to look at me, his Adam's apple moving slightly. A moment later, he repeated in a low voice.
I want to know which moment the girl I've liked for the past year likes me the most.
The words past year made my heart feel struck by lightning, beating uncontrollably. 1 year, 1 year? So he. I hesitated for a long time, then shook my head awkwardly. Can't choose. He suddenly laughed, took my hand, and placed a kiss on it.
Then don't choose anymore. After all, Tyler is all yours.
That night, Tyler posted a status on his social media. The image was still the last page of that sketchbook. The only difference was that this time there was another signature on it, along with the letter T. 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 The T for Tracy and the T for Tyler. The caption attached, "Found her." I remembered the urgent search status I had posted, immediately pressing the back of my hand to my face to cool the heat. This guy had actually been waiting here all along. Because of his official public post, the school forum looked like it wanted to explode. My social circle also crashed, filled with screams asking questions and congratulating. I had to run into the bathroom to wash my face, taking a while to calm down. The person I had secretly liked for so long actually liked me too. I grabbed my phone to message Tyler back, still feeling a bit unreal. He immediately called.
Coming to the art studio tomorrow?
I blinked. He already knew clearly why I invited him to model. Why ask that? Didn't you just praise my skills as decent? So I guess it's not needed anymore.
My girlfriend said it still doesn't look very real, so I think as a boyfriend, I need to increase my presence a bit.
Tyler paused a beat, his voice carrying laughter.
Being an exclusive model just for you. No charge. Student Tracy, accept?
My face red as a ripe tomato, I replied seriously. Student Tyler, are you fully mentally prepared to dedicate yourself to art?
It is the ultimate honor.